Okay, I'm here at Old Sturbridge Village. This is the entrance, and I'm going to be taking you on a little tour of some things I want you to learn about the beginning of our course and some background information. So try to keep up with me. Here we go. Okay, here's the first machine I'm going to be showing you here. And the era of Old Sturbridge Village is 1850s, so it's just prior to where we're starting to think about modern communication. So anyways, this is a well, and this is the machine that was designed in those days, made out of wood and iron, which if you go up and look at it carefully, you can see that it was just a simple lever with a bucket on the end of it, and the tree was used to guide it into the well. That's number one. It's the first machine I want to show you. This is still 1850s technology at Old Sturbridge Village. We're going from where the water is there. We're walking across the way. This is a sawmill. And you can see in the foreground, you can see there's a kind of like a shed. The water may be hard to see because it's kind of bright here, but maybe if I move it a little bit, you'll see better. The water's being forced into the thing that has the railings on either side, down below it. And by doing that, come over here, it's able to control the water. And probably not being seen too well in there anyways, but at the very end of it is a wheel and some other devices, which are either wood or iron, and it's going up to the floor up above it where we're now we're inside the sawmill here. There's a little description, and it's kind of dark in here, but I think you'll be able to see that there's actually a chart that shows what's going on down below. The wheels are turning, and it's bringing power up right about here. With water down below there, as the water is being controlled, it's actually being brought up by wooden posts like the one you see there, and also you have wheels such as this, which are a combination of iron and wood. And over there are levers, as you can see. So what this is really doing is there's a long bed here, which has lumber on it, and the water power is moving this bed along, and then you can see right there, hopefully, move a little bit, there's a saw blade that's going up and down. All of this is being... Here's our next machine, right next door. And what you're looking at right now, here's the water down here that's flowing through. The machine is not working right now, but this is a really big water wheel, okay, made out of wood. And you can see, when we get to the other side, you'll see how it can catch the water as it flows through and turn this big wheel. We'll go upstairs, and there's some metal there, metal parts, iron, but mostly this is wood and treated to be waterproof. So let's look at it from the other angle and see how we're getting a better look at the wheel itself. And it's quite big, as you can see here. And again, right in front of it is an area where the water can be controlled in that wooden box-like affair that can decide whether the water is going to come through or not come through. Let's see if we can come over here and take a look at that. Well, kind of. A little bit. And when the water is allowed, maybe with that giant lever that you see right there, and it's pulled up from inside, the water comes through and it turns that wheel. Big wheel rolling, just like the old song you probably never heard. But anyway, so that's the power. The power is being the wheel turning, and in the center is a axle or whatever you might call it, and that's where the power is being transferred to, and then going into the building where we're going next. Here's our building. Just one more thing here. This is another device which is actually controlling how the water flows into that water wheel. Okay, it can be lifted up or down, and if I don't, this is either Gristmill or Cardigan. This is the place that well, let's get into this demonstration. This is where we untangle your wool. This roll cardigan in here is going to take wool that's been sheared clean, blah, blah, blah. What is the machine invented? Other side is coming out and not in the best condition right now. The roll that will be put Again, the water's going in there. I don't see exactly where the wheel is on. Remember, this is actually the inside of that big wooden wheel that we were looking at just a minute ago. And you can see here, there's more wooden wheels that are transferring the power along there. Along there, power's still being transferred, and then it's turning that another wheel, and then eventually it's going upstairs. Let's see what. So there's the carding mill from the outside. You can see right next door, this is the grist mill, being powered by the same water from the same stream. And down there is the sow mill, which is also being powered from this water. Any questions so far? Let's see what else we can find that's interesting for you.
That's the hard part of the job. But fortunately for me, that's all done. It's been brought in here, and I've got the letters locked up where I want them. Now I'm going to take an ink roller, and basically every time I print a page, the first thing I have to do each time is roll some ink on top of those letters. And then I take my paper, which I have already cut to the size I want it, and that paper is going to fit on the back here. There's these triangular things that they call duck bills. And they're pasted on the back. They're going to hold the paper right where I want it, so I can get it where I want it. And then we're going to fold down this top piece. You'll see we've cut a hole out just where it's going to actually make the print. And that's kind of like a mask that holds it in place. So that way when I fold it down again, that paper is going to sit right on top of those little letters with the ink on them. Then we roll everything under here, and this is why the machine is called a printing press. When I pull this handle, what it's going to do is straighten out. If you imagine that's kind of like a bent leg there. Imagine that's a knee, and this is a giant foot. Basically, it's going to straighten that leg out. This big foot is going to press down, as you can see. And it doesn't press down very far, but it is pressing really, really hard, pressing that paper against the ink, and hopefully making a nice print. We'll lift everything up and see how it came out. Oh, it looks pretty good. So the ink on this is still very wet, but you can take a look. It's a form telling somebody they're going to be the judge at a cattle show. So you have to print them up one sheet at a time. So it's kind of a lot of work. If I want 1,000 of these, I have to do that 1,000 times. And then it takes up to a whole day for the ink to dry. So it's very, very slow drying. What I'm going to do is hang it up on the rack so you can see some I've already done. So I'm going to use this tool called a peel to hang it up on there. And then by tomorrow, these will be ready to come down. We'll take these down and do a whole bunch more. So that's basically how that works.
What's in the ink that makes it take a day to dry?